So, I had a very strange thing happen yesterday. I didn't make one of these videos. Something else happened. I went downtown to return some books. I had this inspiration. I knew they had put a lien on one of the books. That's how I see it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to deal with this. I'm going to take if there's books, I'm going to take some back. So I took some books, I dropped them off, came back, decided I was going to do something. I was like, okay, you know what? I have this thing. I'm going to put it together. Stop focusing on this war thing right now. I always want to. I always get really close. I have so many. You wouldn't believe how many ideas I have. I have 3 formal business plans. I have 3 formal business structures. I have a number of projects that could be about historical research, or plans that could be for travel, including travel where you could get information and share it with people. I have fashion designs, even after having several fashion designs stolen, drawings of my own fashion line stolen. I came up with new ones. I even put together a budget. That's the stuff I didn't even have to talk about. I have a healthcare plan. I have a defense plan. I have a plan for tracking terrorist financing. I had a budget associated with recertification on my currently existing certificates in order to guard against proliferation of misabuse. I never ever get to any of these things. There's always something else. It's mistaken identity. They wouldn't even let me open up an identity theft account at the Trade Commission. You know that? You got to contact the Federal Trade Commission to open up an account for identity theft. They literally zapped my phone right as I needed to get the confirmation on the PIN number associated with the account to report identity theft. That was in 2017. So I'd done this thing. I'd been reading this Paul Finley book. I'd gotten to a point, I had this other book, and I'm like, well, let's keep it real, right? These are people you can't dispute. These people would have been in my lineage. Everything about my life. Take responsibility, confront the past, all of these things. Who would I rather do it with? Well, you can't do that. We've already set up some underwriting. You've been loaned out, and if you don't agree, what's going to happen then? Oh, yesterday I'm on the bike, I'm coming back, doing what I'm doing last night. Did somebody use my birth certificate and swap it from being a military vessel associated with the United States to being a commercial vessel owned by somebody from another country? See, they did this in the fall of 2017. I had to apply for a new birth certificate, and at that time I saw what they set up on. That one got stolen. I had to apply for another one in 2018, along with other documents. Well, that one got stolen. I had to do another one here. I believe that they sent a birth certificate here, and then what I got now is actually a duplicate. That they stole my efforts to contact the agencies directly, and somebody actually in this building has a copy, or has what would have been my birth certificate. And what I got now is branded 666. It's in the document number. 666. It's right there in the document number. I've gotten 4 birth certificates in the last 5 years. Nobody seems to think this is a problem. Nobody. I even contacted the fucking Treasury. Nobody seems to give a fuck. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to get back to Paul Finley? Am I supposed to go more local and just, forget about that conversion thing? Because maybe now that they hit a vessel that's actually identified as being owned by an Israeli, that I can keep it real? Am I supposed to do something else? Because it wasn't supposed to be about this, tribal proving ritual, right? It was supposed to be about an authentic effort to confront the fallacies of disproportionate representation without there being an actual constitutional basis. And what do you do when it goes too far? I mean, I have a commitment, but the people I made the commitment to, where are they? I haven't talked to any of them for 10 years. But in 5 years, I have not been allowed to develop another friendship. And somebody keeps running all of these subroutines that have their name and even have their face on it. And I'm supposed to engage with them around all these scenarios. And they've trashed everybody I knew. Everybody I knew. Man, you wouldn't believe what criminals they are. You wouldn't believe how terrible what they did was. Now, I'm supposed to say, well, I liked certain things, and when I defend them, somebody else may appear, either literally or in a representation of what's going on, but in a completely different context, different cultural background, different racial background, different way of speaking, different political preference. But it's like they got on the old suit. It's like they picked up the suit at the Salvation Army or at the shelter. People do this. They'll donate their clothing for good reasons, I used to think. But how many wardrobes did I have to acquire on the street that got stolen, along with the entire life I could have created over and over and over and over again? I've had at least 4 instantiations in Dallas alone from what got stolen from me that don't have anything to do with my life. I had 5 before that, before I even got here. I'm working so many fucking muni bonds that somebody should have fucking talked with me, just if no other fucking reason that they could fucking know the commission on their goddamn fucking fee arrangement. But they didn't, and they don't. And that's like all that's left, except for the beats. You like the beats? You like it? They're just tied with a piece of thread. I found the spool of thread on the street. The beads were in the bottom to be discarded. There's a rack. It's got all these beads. Well, a couple of them had fallen off. Had fallen on the floor. I got the receipt. I put them together. What do you want me to do? I don't know Hebrew. I don't know Yiddish. I don't know Arabic. I don't know Russian. I don't speak your Spanish. I don't know what the fuck we have to talk about anymore. And yet I'm supposed to meet some sort of obligation. And none of the people that I made that commitment to are allowed to have anything to do with me. And everything I do is supposed to be given to somebody else. It doesn't want to do anything close to what the intention was behind me even starting out to begin with. I'm sick and tired of watching them Jew bash and fucking flip these Jewish names and then create this Christian hemisphere where they're constantly simulating as some apocalyptic paradigm of evil and perdition. But everybody's equally culpable. There are no good people left. I'm the freak because I don't want to do things that I know are depraved and just pretend like I'm too stupid to know what it is. And I don't know what to do. This is what they did. And I don't know what to do. I really don't. I'm 43 years old. They want me to act like I'm fucking 15 years old. They want me to sit there and have conversations like I'm a sweet little teenage girl that honestly isn't even supposed to be fucking literate. Even if I try to get a job, they treat me like I don't even know how to fucking read the shit they give me. It's gone on too long. And I know it's strategic. I'm actually connected to a lot of things. And the stupider they can make it look to me, and the stupider they can try to get me to act, the more they can degrade and downgrade everything else they're using me to finance. That's all you got. You don't meet our currency. You don't have our standard. You don't meet our expectations. It's been going on for a long time. A very long time. I don't know what's going to happen. But, I mean, I think that I had some sort of obligation that I'm supposed to sit here and I'm supposed to say stuff. And to be honest with you, at this point, I don't think it really fucking matters what I say. You don't even give a shit about how I can think or what I can do. You want me to do things I'm never gonna fucking do, and you won't let me go. So what the fuck are we going to do? What the fuck is going to happen now? I don't want your shit, and you don't want mine. And yet you won't give the fuck up. What am I supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? It's gone too fucking far.